now, wrestling fans, it's time for another episode of Wrestling's Greatest Moments, Who's That Wrestler?, where we provide 5 clues and you have to guess the wrestler's identity. This video is a special couples edition. The less clues you need to get the answer, the better your score. Before we get started though, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Here are the rules. This week's edition is a special couples edition. Not necessarily a romantic couple, just a pairing of a female manager, valet, etc. with a male wrestler. We'll give you the ring name and a picture of the female. Then we'll give you 5 clues about a wrestler they were associated with. Remember that some valets, managers, etc. were affiliated with more than one wrestler. As always, you'll have 5 clues to guess each wrestler's identity. That is, the wrestling name they're best known by. If you answer the question with the first clue, you earn 5 points. If you answer the question by the second clue, you get 4 points, and so on, with the 5th and final clue being worth 1 point. If you don't answer the question within 5 clues, you get a whole lot of nothing. Dare to play the wild card? If you're willing to take a risk, consider playing our wild card question. We'll give you the subject. The question could be easy, medium, or hard. You won't know until you play it. It's a multiple choice. Or as we used to say in school, multiple guess. Answer it right and you add 5 points to your score. Answer it wrong and you deduct 5 points. Remember, the wild card is optional. Here's an example. Category: The Road Warriors. Your difficulty is easy. Lucky you. Question: which of these tag team titles weren't held by the Road Warriors? 1. The AWA World Tag Team Championship. 2. The WWF Tag Team Championship. 3. The ECW Tag Team Championship. 4. The NWA World Tag Team Championship. The correct answer is 3. The ECW Tag Team Championship. Now it's time for our game. Good luck. Question 1. Easy. Your photo clue is precious. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on September 25th, 1952 in Tampa, Florida, and entered the WWE Hall of Fame in 2016 as part of a group. Clue number 2. This wrestler was trained by Chief Jay Strongbow and began his wrestling career as the manager of kayfabe brother Terry. He also had a kayfabe brother named Ron. Clue number 3. This wrestler teamed with Mr. Electricity Steve Regal in the AWA, defeating the Road Warriors for the AWA World Tag Team Championship. Clue number 4. This wrestler battled Ric Flair in a steel cage for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, but came up short. His kayfabe brother Ron fared much better. Clue number 5. This wrestler teamed with Michael Hayes in WCW, capturing the United States Tag Team Championship and the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Who's that wrestler? Who is Jimmy Garvin? Question 2. Your photo clue is sapphire. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on October 12, 1945, in Austin, Texas. He attended West Texas State University. This wrestler rose to fame in a tag team with Dick Murdoch known as the Texas Outlaws. Clue number 2. This wrestler worked in championship wrestling from Florida in the 1970s and early 80s, turning babyface and learning to book wrestling under promoter Eddie Graham. This wrestler later booked in Jim Crockett Promotions in the 1980s. Clue number 3. This wrestler wore a mask when he was suspended from wrestling, taking on the identity of the Midnight Rider. Clue number 4. This wrestler feuded with Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, eventually defeating Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in 1986. The win would be this wrestler's 3rd and final reign as NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Clue number 5. This wrestler was nicknamed the American Dream. Who's that wrestler? Who is Dusty Rhodes? Question 3. Medium. Photo clue, Luna Vachon. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on September 1st, 1961 in Secaucus, New Jersey. He was a talented amateur wrestler in high school who trained with Larry Sharp. Clue number 2. This wrestler's exotic look and amazing agility for a man his size led to him joining the WWF in 1987, with several WWF managers competing to land him as their client. Clue number 3. This wrestler teamed with Hogan's 1987 Survivor Series team, along with Paul Orndorff, Ken Patera, and Don Muraco. While the Hulksters team lost, this wrestler was the last man on the team, finally losing to Andre the Giant. Clue number 4. This wrestler was a sensation in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he teamed up with Van Vader as Big, Bad, and Dangerous, winning the IWGP Tag Team Championship. Clue number 5. This wrestler famously fought NFL player Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania 11. He later worked in WCW as a member of the New Jersey Triad and also had a memorable run in ECW, including an angle where he put Taz through the ring. Who's that wrestler? Who is Bam Bam Bigelow? Question 4. Medium. Your photo clue is Baby Doll. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born in Pompano Beach, Florida on March 28, 1962. He was trained by Eddie Sharkey and Road Warrior Animal. Clue number 2. This wrestler debuted in 1986, competing in Central States Wrestling, Jim Crockett Promotions, and even a match in World Class Wrestling Association. This wrestler worked against Ivan Koloff and the Barbarian, 2 wrestlers he would later team with. Clue number 3. This wrestler worked in the WWF, initially in a tag team, but later as a singles wrestler with Slick managing him. This wrestler changed his look, carrying a staff with a W on top of it. Clue number 4. This wrestler teamed with the Barbarian, feuding against the Road Warriors and Jim Crockett Promotions. Clue number 5. This wrestler teamed with the Barbarian and the WWF as the Powers of Pain and was initially managed by Baron von Raschke. Who's that wrestler? Who is the Warlord? Question 5. Hard. Your photo clue is Dark Journey. Clue number 1. This second-generation wrestler was born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He began wrestling in 1976 and was trained by his father and Jose Lothario. Clue number 2. Early in his career, he worked in Big Time Wrestling, Championship Wrestling, and Georgia Championship Wrestling. In Georgia, he had a rare chance to defend the title when he teamed with Georgia Tag Team Champion Ted Oates, substituting for Ken Mantell. Unfortunately, the team lost to Jimmy and Johnny Valiant. Clue number 3. After honing his skills in different promotions, this wrestler began working in his father's Southwest Championship Wrestling promotion, turning heel and forming a tag team known as the Dynamic Duo. Clue number 4. One of this wrestler's earliest matches was a 1976 taped fist match against James J. Dillon, who managed him a decade later. Clue number 5. This wrestler later formed another successful tag team, this time with Arn Anderson. The two would win Tag Team Championship gold in both Jim Crockett Promotions and the WWF. Who's that wrestler? Who is Tully Blanchard? Question 6. Hard. Your photo clue is Stella Mae French. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on February 10th, 1955 in Rugby, England. Clue number 2. This wrestler teamed with Terry Taylor in the UWF and won the UWF Tag Team Championship. Clue number 3. This wrestler trained Stone Cold Steve Austin. Clue number 4. This wrestler was involved in a famous feud with Kevin Von Erich in World Class Championship Wrestling. Clue number 5. This wrestler used the super kick as his finisher. Who's that wrestler? Who is Chris Adams? Question 7. Ridiculous. Your photo clue is sunshine. Clue number 1. This wrestler's background is shrouded in mystery. What is known is that he was born in Canada and began wrestling sometime in the 1960s. This wrestler broke into the business thanks to Al Spittles. This wrestler was later trained by former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Whipper Billy Watson. Clue number 2. This wrestler worked under a mask as Crusader number 2, teaming with Crusader number 1, aka Billy Red Lyons. The Crusaders later unmasked. The Crusaders held the NWA International Tag Team Championship in Maple Leaf Wrestling, feuding with the Love Brothers over the titles. Clue number 3. This wrestler enjoyed success in Maple Leaf Wrestling and Jim Crockett Promotions. He became Maple Leaf Wrestling's Canadian Heavyweight Champion in 1979 after winning a tournament. He later lost the title to the Great Hussein Arab, aka the Iron Sheik. Clue number 4. Around 1983, this wrestler underwent a dramatic makeover, shaving off most of his hair, wearing blue and green face paint, and acting like a madman. This wrestler worked this new heel gimmick in Mid-South Wrestling before joining Skandar Akbar's Devastation Incorporated in World Class Championship Wrestling. Clue number 5. This wrestler worked in the WWF, where his habit of headbutting ring posts and chairs continued. He returned to World Class Championship Wrestling in 1985. This wrestler later turned babyface after saving Sunshine from an attack by the Great Kabuki. Who's that wrestler? Who is the missing link? Dare to play the wild card? Remember, the wild card is optional. This week's wild card category, Mark Merrill. Difficulty, easy. What was the wrestling name of Mark Merrill's real-life wife's wrestling character when she began working in the WWF in 1996? 1. Mabel. 2. Elizabeth. 3. Lita. 4. Sable. The correct answer is 4. Sable. Rena Merrill began working in the WWF in 1996, initially managing Triple H, but later managing Mark Merrill. Now it's time to add up your score. Let's have the coach tell you how you did. Coach?
How'd you do? No points. You set up the ring. While you're at it, sweep up the gym. 1 to 5 points. You're a wrestling school student. 6 to 10 points. You're a local talent, or what I like to call a bum. 11 to 15 points. You're a jobber to the stars. 16 to 20 points. You're a mid-card talent. 21 to 25 points. You're an upper-card talent. 26 to 30 points. You're a main eventer. 31 to 34 points. You're the undisputed world champion. 35 points. You're a living legend. While you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Wrestling's greatest moments, the channel that celebrates the squared circle.